I am Usha Pathak. Elders, please accept my respect and love to youngers. Today, I want to say something about preposition. Some prepositions are always used as part of some prepositional phrases with nouns, adjectives, participles, and verbs. Now, we will discussing about prepositional phrases made with nouns. Abhorrence of ingratitude, ability for in some work, abstinence from wine, abundance of food, access to a person or place, accession to the throne, adherence to a plan or cause, admission to a society, advance of learning, advance in knowledge, allusion to something, ambition for distinction, amends for some fault, antidote to some poison, antidote against infection, anxiety for anyone's safety, apology for some fault, appetite for food, application to books, application for employment, apprehension of danger, approach to anything, aptitude for mathematics, arrival at a place, arrival in a country, arrival in London or Paris, aspiration after or for fame, assent to an opinion, assurance of health, atonement for sin, attachment to a person, attack on a person, attendance on a person, attendance at a place, attention to study, attraction to or towards a thing, authority over a person, authority on a subject, authority for saying or doing, aversion to or from a person or thing, bar to success, bargain with a person, bargain for a thing, battle with anyone, benevolence towards the poor, bias towards a thing, blindness to one's own fault, candidate for election, capacity for mathematics, care for his safety, care of his books, cause for anxiety, cause of trouble, caution against error, certainty about a matter, certificate of good conduct, cessation from work, charge of murder, charge with murder, claim on or against someone, clock for wise, comment on a something said, commerce with a country, compact with a person, comparison to or with a person or thing, compassion for a person, compensation for a loss, competition with a person, competition for a thing, complaint against a person, complaint against a thing, compliance with a request, concession to a demand, condemnation to death, condolence with a person, confidence in a person, concession with a person, connection with a person, consciousness of guilt, consideration for a person, consideration of a thing, contact with something, contribution to a fund, contribution towards some project, control over a person or thing, controversy with a person, conversation with a person, conviction of guilt, co-partner with a person, co-partner in something, copy from nature, correspondence with a person, correspondence to a thing, craving for anything, decision on some case, diligent in a person or thing, deliverance from a danger, dependence on a person, descent from ancestor, desire for wealth, deviation from rule, discouragement of a person, discouragement to a person, disgrace to a person, disgust of meanness, dislike of or for a person, dissent from a proposal, distaste for mathematics, distrust of a person or thing, dominion over sea and land, doubt of about a thing, drawback to success, duty to a person, economy of time, eminence in painting, encouragement on one's right, endeavor after happiness, engagement in a business, enmity for or with a person, entrance into a place, envy at mother's success, and equality with a person, escape from punishment, esteem for a person, evasion of a rule, exception to a rule, excuse for a fault, exemption from a penalty, experience of a thing, exposure to danger, failure of a plan, faith in a person or thing, fine for an offense, fitness for some position, fondness for anything, freedom from care, freedom of action, glance at a person or thing, gratitudes for a thing, gratitudes to a person, greediness for a thing, grief at an event, grief for a person, guarantee for or of a man's honesty, gaze at a truth, harmony with anything, hatred of or for a person, hatred of a thing, heir to some property, heir of some person, hindrance to anything, hint at some reward, hope of better luck, hope for better luck, hostility to a person or cause, identity with a person or thing, immersion in water, impediment to progress, incentive to industry, inclination for or to study, independence of health, indifference to heat or cold, indulgence in wine, indulgence to a person, inference from acts, infliction of punishment, influence over or with a person, in killing of a secret, inquiry into circumstances, insight into a man's character, instruction in music, intercourse with a person, interest in a subject, interference in or with a man's affair, interview with a person, intimacy with a person, intrusion into a man's house, invitation to a dinner, eruption into a country, jest at a man's bad luck, joy in his good luck, judge of a matter, jurisdiction over a providence, jurisdiction in a lawsuit, justification of or for crime, key to a mystery, libel on a person, likeness to a person, liking for a person or thing, limit to a man's jail, longing for or after a thing, look at a thing, just for money, malice against a person, margin for losses, match for a person, menace to public health, motive for action, necessity for anything. Of the case, need for assistance, need of assistance, neglect of duty, neglect in doing a thing, never for writing, nomination of a person, nomination to a post, obedience to order, objection to a proposal, obligation to a person, obstruction to traffic, offense against morality, partiality for flatters, partnership in a thing, partnership with a person, passion for gambling, passion for peace with all men, penance for some fault, penetration into motives, pity towards God, pity for sufferers, popularity with neighbors, postscript to a letter, power over a person, preface to a book, preference for one thing, prejudice against a person, perspiration for action, pretension to learning, pretext for interference, pride in his wealth, prides himself on his wealth, profit to the seller, progress in study, proof of guilt, proportion of 3 to 1, protest against proceeding, decision, ratio of 1 to 5, readiness at figure, reason for a thing, reason against a thing, regret for something done, relapse into idleness, relation of one thing to another, relations with a person, relish for food, remorse for a crime, repentance for sin, reply to a letter, reputation for honesty, request for a thing, resemblance to a person or thing, resignation to fate, resignation to injustice, respect for a man or his office, responsibility to the law, responsibility for action, result of a proceeding, reference for age, revolt against authority, rival in anything, rival for a position, rivalry with a person, satire on or upon a person or book, satisfaction for some fault, search for or after wealth, shame at or for his fault, share of a thing, share with a person, sin against God, slave to avarice, slave of avarice, slur on his character, sneer at good men, sorrow for his misfortune, specific for against fever, stain on one's character, subjection to the law, submission to authority, subscription to a fund, surely for a person, supplement to a book, suspicions of his intention, sympathy with a cause or with a person's view, taste of hard work, temperance in diet, temptation to evil, testimony to his character, testimony against his character, traitor to his country, trespass against the law, trust in his honesty, want of money, warrant for his arrest, witness of or to an event, wonder at his readiness, yearning for his home, zeal for a cause, just for enjoyment. Please subscribe my channel, like and share with your friend.